Hello, hello, everyone. It's 10 a.m. and we are live, or we should be live, on all the social media. Hello, everyone. You all right? Good morning. Morning. Morning, Taxi Paul. How are we? Morning, mate. Morning. How's it going? Morning, mate. How are we? You been out working this morning or what? Hi, Matty. Do you know if Bolt will operate in Liverpool soon? Apple, I've heard of a rumour that Bolt is coming to Liverpool. I've got a couple of contacts in Bolt. I might reach out to them and ask and find out if Bolt is coming to Liverpool. That'd be brilliant. Taxi Paul, I'm currently in Lanzarote home today. Oh, mate, enjoy. It has just started to snow with a bit of hail in Liverpool, mate. So, yeah, good luck. Morning, Mikey on Facebook. How are we, mate? Time for likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated as always. Yeah, so we're going to go live today, about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, depending on how it goes and how's everyone feeling. And then we'll be live again on Monday. Monday for Big Strike Day, innit? Out since 5, not a bad morning, but dead now. Yeah, it'll be done now, mate. 10 a.m. Go home or go to the gym or something and chill, innit? Get back out in the afternoon. I'm banned on Uber. As I said, I'm riding a bike back in uni days. My car was 400 insurance, was 4 grand. All right, fair dues, mate. Any price drops into VAT? No, I think the pricing's all the same, mate, up and outside of London, innit? I think the VAT thing only happened in London, mate. I'm looking forward to move to Liverpool. What's the easiest council to get a badge with? Knowsley and Sefton take forever. Liverpool's the hardest, but it's the quickest. So it depends what you need, mate. Sefton and Knowsley are the easiest, but take the longest. Liverpool's the hardest, but is the quickest, mate. Oh, Sefton only 2 weeks. Stop here. Sefton was ages. What back in the day, like. So I use Bolt in Manchester now. It's good, but I cannot take Liverpool trips as it'll be empty. Yeah, mate, no Bolt, no Bolt. Is Bolt Flex in Manchester or just Bolt? Because if Bolt comes to Liverpool, I want Bolt Flex. I don't want Bolt. So Bolt is similar to Uber. They control everything, but Bolt Flex, they don't control anything. Bolt Flex gives us the power back. So that's why I want Bolt Flex in Liverpool. I don't want Bolt. Bolt's just another Uber. Is Knowsley still ages though, yeah? Ah, mate, Knowsley struggled for ages. Even with the replates and stuff like that and the badge renewals. Time for the likes and follows, guys. Appreciated. Much appreciated. Is there a knowledge test for Liverpool Council? There is, mate. There is. It's not dead hard. Do you know what I mean? But you got to do a bit of research and you'll pass it. Like I'm averaging £1.60 a mile pick up and drop. Is that any good? For bulk, yeah, £1.60 a mile is good these days, mate. Especially for an on-demand like taxi service, mate. Delta taxis or Uber? For who? The passenger or the driver? I'll be honest, mate. I've heard Delta's struggling lately. I've heard Delta's struggling lately, mate. So after likes and follows, mate, much appreciated if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I think Alpha's probably the biggest survivor out of Uber. So when Uber come, it's killed the trade, obviously. Uber's took the market for everyone. I think Alpha's the one that's survived the most out the lot. And probably Visa as well. Silver Dot, have you done your morning shift, mate? No, I haven't worked, mate, for ages. The taxis, just got airports and that, mate. I'm busy with the content. Busy running the airport company. Terrible customers on Alpha though. Oh, the locals. Do you know what though, mate? It's changing over, isn't it? Uber used to be fantastic. Now Uber's getting a bit sketchy as well, isn't it? Is it not better to work for a taxi firm rather than Uber? It's up to you. Yeah, I was going to say Visu's another one. Visu's more busy though outside of Liverpool, like your St Helens and up to like Wigan and stuff like that. The outskirts of Liverpool, Visu's good. I'm pretty sure Visu's not dead busy during. Visu's not that busy in Liverpool. Quick question, Mohammed. Go for it, lad. Morning again, Martin on YouTube. How are we, mate? Are you still out on Uber? How's Uber, Martin? Happy New Year to you, mate. Thank you. How long will it take my TFL badge and licenses to arrive? I don't know, TFL, mate. Maybe someone in the comments can help you. But with TFL, I would say I've heard there's delays, especially on the renewals. Starting an Alpha, but live around Crosby, couldn't get a job unless I drove out. Yeah, I think Alpha's not massive. I think that's still Delta's area, that mate. Give up, Martin, yeah. He looked good. Club morning was busy, dead now. Yeah, dead hours in it. That's why I come live. I come live between 10 a.m. and midday because it's dead and it's actually so before you can chill here and have a little chat here while it's dead. Alpha took over Southport. Yeah, he bought a company there, didn't he? Why are Uber rates so bad in Birmingham? Uber rates bad everywhere, mate. They're taking as much as they can off the driver, mate. Wolverhampton badge or Manchester badge if I work in the northwest. Wherever you live, wherever you live, just get a Manchester. Wherever you live, if you're in Manchester, get a Manchester badge. By the way, guys, as soon as TikTok starts popping off, you might have to come over to like one of the other streams, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick. Only because the comments go dead fast on TikTok. I can't read them all. Where it's a bit slower and you go on the big screen here. So if you want to ask me a serious question, you want a reply, and you worry about me missing out, come over to one of the other socials, guys. Twitch, Kick, Facebook, or YouTube. Martin, busy enough today, but chill out and a bit of shopping, back out at 2. Yeah. To be honest, mate, this is the last weird day in it. Most people now return to work, and the schools return on Monday. Pretty sure most schools and most jobs and work return on Monday. And if they return on Monday, it should be a bit busier then with the morning rush hours and stuff like that, people going to work. Roughly what kind of money for 40 hours? You can't put a price on it, mate. You can't put a price on it. Too many variables. Do you know what I mean? If you think about it, people, different parts of the country, different work patterns, depends on the vehicle you drive. Do you know what I mean? There's just too many variables, mate. Uber realistically tries to keep it around 15, 20 quid a mile before your expenses. So if you've got a big, heavy, expensive vehicle, then you're probably less than minimum wage, realistically. More hours you do, more that hourly wage picks up. When is the strike happening? Monday. Am I leading the way? No. I don't think it'll work. I'll be live here though during the strike. So if yous come here at 10 a.m. on Monday, I'll be here. And I'm going to do some tests. I'm going to do some trials as well. And I'm going to do some dummy jobs and stuff and see if people pick up the job and see if the strike is working. Morning, Ben on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in, matey. Morning, Shell. Morning, Matty. Why doesn't the taxi union put the drivers' struggle to the government about how drivers get paid? Uber did. Did you get my question? Yes, I got your question, mate. So the thing you've got right with unions is unions obviously charge you, don't they? And then the last time the union got involved, mate, for the last time the union got involved for the taxi trade is what gave Uber the power. So unions aren't always great. They're not, in my opinion, some unions aren't always looking out for the driver. They're looking out for themselves. I know some unions are really good, but it is depend on the person, guys. You know what I mean? It depends on the union. I know Unite is pretty good, and I'm not going on about that band, AC/DC. Shit. I've noticed with Uber now, if you're going to do it better, to work at £18 an hour on pay because they are robbing. Yeah, mate, if you can get £18 an hour employment, 100% go for it. I reckon Uber's a really good flexible job, minimum wage. And if you're getting more than minimum wage after your expenses, you're in a really good area. I really think it's a minimum wage job. Hoppy on Kick. Thank you for jumping on Kick, mate. I'm quite new to Kick, so I haven't got many followers. So Hoppy, can you give me a follow on Kick? I think you've been my first follower. Any reason why my DBS taking so long? Being on stage for police check since December the 2nd. Does it usually take this long? Thank you, Hoppy. Look at that on the screen. Look, boom. Hoppy, have you got any dodginess on your DBS? It might be taking a while because it's the Christmas holidays. But you should have got a back. There's only 6 weeks in it. But it could be the holidays that are messing it up. Or you've got something a bit ropey on your history. Do you know what I mean? St. Helens refused to issue my badge after passing all the checks because my middle name isn't on my driving licence. Mate, I've heard St. Helens is quite tough. Like a really tough council. I can't believe they done that, Adam. Refused to issue my badge because you didn't put your middle name. Wow. Derry on Facebook. Matty, what's the most reliable six-seater? Is there still a Prius Plus? I'm being told the six-seater vehicle is not a lot better. Time for the follow cam. So, your six-seaters, mate. So you're not going down like the airport big minibus route. You want a six-seater. So you can do Uber XL. So like your SUV, like a Kia Sport, not a Kia Sportage, which is the Kia SUV or the Hyundai. They're nice seven-seater SUVs. Or like your Ford Galaxies or them type, do you mean? So the Prius Plus, I had that for a settle for a while, a settle car, when I was in between cars, and I thought it was a great car. Do you know what I mean? The problem you got with those type of vehicles, mate, there's not much boot space, so you can't really do the airports. But it's good for just ferrying people around on a night out. I can Kick. So Kick is like Twitch. It's just like an online streaming platform, mate. So when you whatever you're watching me on Facebook. So this is streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick, and then I'm on TikTok on my mobile phone because they don't let me stream on TikTok through this system. But all the comments come on my big screen, um, so I can read all the comments from those social medias: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. And that's why I miss out on some of the TikTok comments. I do apologise. To have to follow Joan on TikTok, to have to like some follows, guys. Like I said, if you want to ask me a question on TikTok, and I might miss the question, and it's important, come over to Facebook, Twitch, or Kick or YouTube, and leave a comment there. I'll be able to reply a bit easier. Martin, okay, serious point. I'm an ex-branch chair for one of the huge unions. A couple of hundred drivers turned off an app is not a strike. It's a couple of hundred self-employed people throwing dummies. Martin, you are right. I didn't know, Martin, you were ex-union. Martin, we've learned a bit, don't we? Scouts on Twitch, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. I'm quite new to Twitch as well, so thanks for that. Right, Martin, we'll have to talk after the switch then. It's after the follow, Matt. So the problem I've got with strikes, and the strike is a problem, is because every strike before Monday's strike, they've always tried to strike on a busy day. You're not going to get someone who's desperate, who needs the money to strike on New Year's Eve. No one's going to strike on New Year's Eve. It's going to cost the driver too much money. Do you know what I mean? So striking next Monday and then telling you to work on another platform or work on another company might work a bit better than a busy period. But in the end, yeah, I'll ask the audience right now. Everyone who's watching, there's about 100 people watching, right? Everyone, I use honestly striking on Monday between 7 a.m. on midday on Uber. Let me know in the comments, guys. Myself personally, I don't think it's happening. Kia Sorrento, thanks Ben, is the seven-seater. Whoever asked for the seven-seater before, the Kia Sorrento is a nice car. And the Hyundai, there's a Hyundai similar. I can no worries, mate. Derry will both come to Liverpool and we'll be able to use the platform whilst on the firm. Yeah, mate, Bolt. I think Bolt, if Bolt Flex comes to Liverpool, I think that's going to really, really push Uber because not Bolt, mate. Bolt is like Uber. Bolt controls everything like Uber does, but they created like a side quest of Bolt called Bolt Flex, And Bolt Flex gives all the rights back into the driver's hands. So like fixed commission, transparency, you can see how much the customer paid and how much Bolt taken from you. There's so many good features with Bolt Flex that I like the look of. I think if it comes to Liverpool, I think it'll be amazing. Um, no makeup, nothing. I'm clean. First time going on the jobs. Reckon it's a bad time going on them, going alpha to start off, see how it goes. Yeah, Hoppy. So alpha will be a good time to go on it, mate. You just gotta remember it will be quiet, and alpha's system is high cabby, so you need to learn the system a bit. So don't judge alpha dead quick. Give alpha a bit of time. Try and figure out the best place to wait for a job at the best time of day. It does take a bit of trial and error. Um, but January is a quiet time to start, mate. So if you're thinking, what have I done? Just give it a bit of time, like. But January is poor. It is bad, like. The strike is really important, so yeah. It is. No, I'll honour a strike. Mate, I used to strike when I was employed. I used to work for Liverpool Council on the tools, and strike was important, and everyone striked. It was combined. You had the backing of the union. You were getting paid. It was part of your job. It was part of your rights. Self-employment's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you're a builder, right, and you buy your tools from Screwfix, yeah, they provide your business with tools, yeah. Uber provides you jobs, right? They are a job supplier. Screwfix is a tool supplier, yeah. If they put all the prices up, would you go and like strike and fight against Screwfix, or you just go to another company? Now, obviously, it's a bad analogy. It's a bad um, example, but that's all Uber is. Uber is a supplier of your private hire driver badge. If you don't like the supplier, stop trying to change the supplier and just do something that you're happy with. Go and do another company. Go and do a different job. Do you know what I mean? I haven't worked Uber in months because I'm not happy the way it's gone. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here trying to change the system or fight the man. Do you know what I mean? Fight a multi-billion-pound UK, a worldwide corporation, or just be happy and find something that you're happy to do. If you're happy with Uber, guys, crack on with Uber. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not happy with Uber, in my opinion, stop trying to fight Uber. Do you know what I mean? Are you happy that there's now ads on Netflix, or are you happy there's ads on Amazon Prime? Do you go and strike and fight the power and try and fight Amazon Prime to get your ads removed? You don't, do you? You just go to Paramount Plus. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's like anything in life. If you're not happy, just make yourself happy and just move on to something else. Do you know what I mean? It's just like just chill. I would rather work local. Yes, Mikey. Growth on YouTube. I am Matty. I am a new Uber driver. I have a problem seeing if a tip is worth taking. What method do you use to earn money and not take the crap jobs? Growth, you got to take the crap jobs if you work at Uber. There is no. People are saying don't take the crap jobs and wait for a good job. You'll be waiting all day. You will be waiting all day. In my opinion, mate, if you're going to be still working Uber, right? If you're still working Uber, literally, if the job is within a mile of you, a mile and a half of you, accept the job. Do you know what I mean? If you're happy to accept the job. So when I work the taxis, if it's close to me and I'm not getting loads of dead miles getting there or running to it, just take the job. Try and get an Alecki home charge or a really, really good hybrid. If you're not happy with Uber's rates, move him, change your job. The problem is the donkey is still going to work on the 12th. See, you keep calling people donkeys and like donkeys for accepting jobs, mate. We're self-employed. If he wants to accept that job to bring in the income for his household and his family, let him stop calling him a donkey. Do you know what I mean? Just leave it to it. It was all self-employed. Honest to God, mate, if Uber drivers got in a room, right? Imagine every Uber driver got in a room, right? And we all started calling each other's donkeys for working. You get filled in. You would. If you're on a building site and you're not happy with how much you're getting paid per brick, and you walk on the site and go to a brickie, you flipping donkey. What are you doing accepting a pound per brick? Lad, you're going to get your head punched in. We're self-employed. Just be happy with what you're self doing. Hey, just be happy with what you're doing yourself. If you're not happy, change it. Do you know what I mean, mate? Recommend the Ford Grand Connect Tornado as a 7 seats. Got one for sale next week. Perfect condition. Martin, stop trying to palm your flipping crap off, lad. But I will defend Martin. I will defend Martin. The Ford Grand Connect Tornado 7-seater is a really good Uber XL bus. I think it's a really good Uber XL bus. Martin got a bad egg. He's got a bad scenario with Martin's. But I think it's a really good bus for Uber XL. I don't find a self-employed painter who contracts to house associate striking. If you don't agree with the rates, don't work for them. That's in my opinion, Martin, mate. Yeah. Scouse on Twitch. I'm in a 2 litre Tiguan on Uber. Oh my god, I need to switch to a hybrid. So what you need to do, Scouse, is you need to look at your expenses and not your income. You're better off, I'm guessing by your name, Scouse. You're better. You're on the taxis, yeah, in Liverpool. You you're probably best, mate, going on Alpha while you got the Tiguan. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're parked up, the Tiguan's not costing you much money. It only costing you a lot of money when you're driving, yeah, because of the diesel running cost, yeah. So what you're better doing is every time you're driving, you're getting paid a higher rate to cover your higher running costs. Delta, yeah, same thing, mate. Visu, get on the local companies. There'll be a lot more waiting round, a hell of a less driving, yeah. But when you are driving, you get a lot more pound for your mile, aren't you? Which will then cover your excess diesel. Do you know what I mean? I reckon Uber is best for electric home charge or like a really good hybrid, like a Prius or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But who wants to drive in a Prius? I don't. Don't want to upset the whole driving community. The Priuses are a solid car for doing Uber, but I would not want to drive one. But yeah, mate, if you got a big dirty diesel in 2026, get back to local. And like I said, mate, I'd rather sit there half an hour, wait for a job, and then when I do get a job, I'm getting paid a good for that mileage. You're not running much on local either, yeah? You're running, you know what I mean? So I think it's really good. Like if you work a local company and you do 150 quid, right? You probably do 70, 80 mile for that, or maybe even less. If you're on Uber, that'll be 170 mile, 180 mile for 150 quid because you're running miles and £1 per mile. Do you know what I mean? So you got to look after your mileage on your cars, especially if you own the car and not settling. I'm in limbo, Adam, cutting my hours down full time on the HGVs and doing private hire work in the week after the school runs, then doing agency work on the trucks when the other half is off. Nice, Adam. That's when the council finally issue my badge. I'm thinking Uber or Visu. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, best bet, mate. I would. Do you know what I mean? I think 100% taxis. I think is a struggle. But I met a donkey on New Year's Eve. He told me he made more money. He accepted all rides. He probably did, mate, because the donkey's grafting and not moaning about other donkeys. Do you know what I mean? There's a donkey that's then successful because he's just coming out smashing it and happy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Delta, a Scouse, yeah. Go for it. With the new terms and conditions, do drivers have to pay VAT? No, mate, because you're not VAT registered. If you're VAT registered, then you'll have to pay. You can claim back the VAT or whatever on the fare. If you're not VAT registered, which most Uber drivers aren't, then you'll be fine, mate. The only thing, they put actually threatened. Have you seen this threatening thing? I'll throw it up on the screen, guys. TikTok, you're missing out, guys. If you want to get over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, I can show you on there. I can't show you on TikTok. I'm sorry. Right? Let me show you this, guys, right? I'm still learning the technology. Right? Where are we? So this is DM News. This is my news blog, right? They sent out to this drivers in London. Important T's and C's update. Please take a moment to review these important updates on your T's and C's. Um, we've updated our terms and conditions to reflect recent changes to VAT on journeys in London. By continuing to use the Uber app, you agree to accept these updated terms, right? So what they're saying is they're auto accepted. By continuing to use the Uber app, you agree to accept these updated terms. If you do not agree with the new terms and conditions, you may choose to delete your Uber account. And you can review the full update there. Wow. So Uber's technically said, either be happy or jog on. Good morning, commuter. How are we, mate? Good morning, Matty. You are right about the lads gobbing off online. They wouldn't gob off to people's faces. They'll get filled in. If Uber is too cheap for you, leave and go and do something else. Uber is £1 a mile. If you're lucky, keep costs low is the key. 100%, mate. 100%. Um, with Uber, I really think if you're gonna work Uber, you got to make Uber work for you personally. So if you're happy with Uber and you want to push forward with Uber, you're happy with Uber, you're just not happy with the rates. Work it to your advantage. Okay. So Uber's busy. They send you a lot of jobs. They do, don't they? Send you a lot of jobs. Uber's busy. So how can you be happy and still work for Uber? You got to stop looking at your income and look at the expenses. Less your expenses, more profit you get. So these crap rates aren't changing, guys. They might even get worse. This intercity is less than £1 per mile. This intercity that's coming in. I seen one, it was 50 mile for like 40 quid or something stupid like that, right? So you need to make it work for yourself. And the only way you're going to make it work for yourself is reducing the expenses. And that's buying a cheap hybrid or electric car and running on a home charge and try and get as cheap miles as you can, cheap running costs as you can. Do you know what I mean? If you're settling like 230 quid a week diesel Mondeo, I don't know how you'd afford to work on Uber. You must be losing about 50% of your Uber rate just on expenses. Do you know what I mean? You got to look at your expenses to work out your profit, guys. Godfrey, please support the 12th strike. All right, I support it, guys. Get your pickets out. Right, Godfrey, I'm going to go live. I won't be working. Well, I'm not working anyway, but I won't be working anyway. So technically, I'm supporting you, right? Yeah. So I will be live here. What you're watching me on Monday, 10 a.m. I might even come on a little bit earlier because the strike is 7 a.m. till midday. Okay. So I'll be on and I'll be telling you all not to strike. I'll tell you all not to work. Now, all jokes aside, guys, we're self-employed. I understand the the thought process behind the strike. I really do. But me, with my background in work and self-employment and employment, and I've struck before as an employed person. Self-employment doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't. Um, it's not going to work. I'm trying my best not to be dead nice, but like be horrible. Like it's not, in my opinion, it's not going to work, guys. Time for likes and follows. By the way. Once an egotistical, that is the Uber message. Yeah, I thought Uber's message was quite strict, mate. Literally, if you don't agree to the new terms, you may choose to delete the Uber account. That is a strong statement, innit? Just delete it. Go away. If you're on a school run, Uber might work for some filling time during the day between pick up drop off, no depot rent, and come and goes. You like, we're great. We won't be great rates. Commuter, Uber's great to work around other stuff. You know what I mean? If you are really, really part time and you just want to nip out and do a few bits, or if you want to work around airport transfers, or you work around a school run, or you want to work around another job, I reckon that's what they push towards. Make private hire, make Uber a part time job around everything else. I love that driver Danny Moore. You meant Denny. Denny Sands is doing well, mate, especially on Facebook. Reece striking in Jan is the quietest month. Yeah, but Reece, we talked about this on social media, right? I think striking at the quiet time is best for self-employment, guys. You can't expect self-employed drivers to strike on a busy day because it's never going to happen. So you got more chance of the strike having an effect on a very quiet day. Because if a lot enough people strike, you'll still see the impact. Do you know what I mean? So the for you to make out, nice on Martin seen a bit, for you to make a successful strike, which is going to be very difficult, is you're going to have to pick a time where the driver's going to get behind the strike. And the only way you're going to get behind the strike, mate, is if it's not going to affect the drivers. Do you know what I mean? If I was full time Uber and someone like, listen, do you want to strike? I'm like, I'm skint lad. I need to get some money in for the family and get the food shop in. And they go, well, the strike's at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. I'll go, do you know what? Yeah, I can get behind that. Couple of hours, I'll go to the gym or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So like you've got more chance of someone jumping on the strike, which will make the difference. But if you said to me and I was skint, I'll do us a favour with your strike on Valentine's Day. Remember that last strike, Valentine's Day, and no one striked? It was actually quieter because they've announced the strike. Valentine's is a very busy holiday. They have announced the strike, and it was crap because every driver was out working because they think it was busy. See what I mean? Claire, it would be shocked with Uber's trying to make me thinking everyone is off. Probably. Commuter, I haven't turned the wheel since the 23rd of December. Christmas Eve rates are very low, as New Year's Eve's. It was picked up after midnight, according to some of the lads. You literally hit the nail on the head, commuter, mate. It was, I got told, I got emailed, messages, loads of jobs, and New Year's Eve was poor up to midnight. And then after midnight, it went mental. I done a video on it saying that shouldn't he really balance the algorithm a bit. So before midnight it was busy, better rates, and then not as crazy after midnight. So like you can balance your full shift. Because what's the point in doing a 10-hour shift and 8 hours being absolutely diabolical rates and then 2 hours of busy? Wouldn't you rather have 10 hours of like a solid half decent rate and then not go crazy at 1 a.m.? Do you know what I mean? Jalil, don't work one day striking hearts. Go for it, mate. So we would have a bad day because of lack of times, but they know it'll revert back midday. It's exactly coal miner stuff it is. Waste of time and he won't be bothered. Yeah, James, my thought process only. Hey, my thought process only, mate. It's just not going to have an effect. I just can't see it. Remember, hey, didn't he pick it? Didn't he pick it down in London at the last at the last strike? And there was like 11 people there. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's just not going to happen. You have to strike more than one day. Sound? How are you gonna pay your council tax, mate? How are you gonna pay your bills? How are you gonna get your food shopping? Why don't we strike for a week, guys? 2 weeks? Like, what are you doing? Just change the job. 11, maybe 5. Telling you, lad. You're all self-employed. You cannot enact a change. That is correct, Clipper. Unfortunately, mate, that is the truth, and it's just the world we live in, guys. Do you know what I mean? You can't. It's very difficult to strike self-employment. It really is. Uber accepts Uber accepts 40 million trip requests per second. Oh, Jesus, I didn't even know that was real. The world every day. If we believe that a strike will not have any impact on Uber, I think we are kidding ourselves. Yeah, so does he accept 40 million trips requests per second around the world? Then you got like 11 people not driving in London. It's never going to happen, is it? Hello, Steve. Listen, mate, I might miss your comment, mate. Come over to Twitch or Kick or Facebook if you got it, or YouTube, because I miss your comments because they're all coming through here. TikTok's quite hard to follow. Time for the likes and follows on TikTok and all the other socials. Much appreciated. It does help me out massively. William, I'm in Spain at the moment, mate, around Benidorm area. Uber have just moved into this area. Been here a few months and they are more expensive than normal taxis. €14 for 2 mile. Wow. Damn. Do you know what though? In certain areas, Uber is not a private hire, are they? Uber is just a booking platform for taxis. So if you book a Uber in Benidorm, William, does a hackney with a meter pick you up? So when I was in Dublin, you book an Uber in Dublin, a hackney with a meter turns up, and then you pay the meter price, and then they pay a commission or a booking fee to Uber from that metered price. So it might be the same in Benidorm, mate. I think that's the best. I think that would be the best way, wouldn't it? I was in Saudi. I was in an Uber for 45 minutes in traffic, and it cost me £8. Stop it. 45 minutes for £8. Damn. Damn. That's rough. I'm driving and listening. No, no worries, Steve. No worries, mate. Yeah, what's going to happen? Likes and follows, guys. But yeah, I just think myself personally, I think the strike, you're just going to struggle. Matty, your addiction to Uber is worrying. Thanks, Chris. I don't think I'm addicted to Uber, mate. But it's half your comments. Well, I'm not certain, mate, but I haven't used them. Just looked on the app. Oh, okay, okay. It might be then, mate. It might be that way for for Dublin. What's the new terms and conditions I have to accept this morning? Oh, have you got the new terms through, mate? Are you in London, are you? I think if you don't accept them, you get kicked off the app or they delete the app, don't they? So with the new terms and conditions, nothing's really changed, I don't think, mate. Nothing's really changed. Oh, you're in Manchester? Oh, yeah, the new terms for Manchester. Yeah, they're trying to say that they're not an agent, are they? They're trying to get away out of not paying VAT on the fare, aren't they, in Manchester? So, realistically, mate, I don't think anything's changing. I think the terms is just to cover themselves from trying to pay VAT on fares. So if you're happy with working Uber, just accept them, mate. If you're not happy, they'll kick you off the app anyway. So, GM, when will cross-border stop? Don't think it will. I think we'll get more license standards across the board. I think all councils will have to follow like a minimum set ruling. I think that's the way it's going to go. They can't send the 400 million Wolverhampton drivers back to Wolverhampton because they're just putting them out of work, putting them out of want, aren't they? They can't put that many people out of work unless they stop cross-border hiring for like, and then say like it's stopping in 3 years to give everyone time to change the badge or something. If you go to documents, it says upload your VAT certificate. Yeah, that's only if you're VAT registered, mate. So I think you can claim some of your VAT back if you're VAT registered. But if you're not VAT registered, which most Uber drivers aren't, you'd be fine. The Dublin lads have been kicking off the last few weeks due to the introduction of upfront pricing. Lots of demos, protests, and politically active lately over in Dublin. Yeah, because the taxi drivers were happy with Uber because in Dublin there was just a supplier of work. So Dublin taxi drivers were making loads of money off Uber. Then Uber's introduced a fixed fare system to try and get around the meter. So now they're not happy. Do you know what I mean? They just want it to be a supplier of work. They don't want it to change or go off the meter. And to be honest, the council's already come out as well. The government has come out as well and said it's not allowed. You're only allowed to work off the meter in Dublin. So it'll be interesting to see. But like, there's been loads of strikes and loads of things happening over in Dublin. The Irish do not mess about, mate. MJB, yes, now. Thank you, mate. How are we? The strike is due on Monday, 7 a.m. till midday. I will be live at 10 a.m. till about midday myself. You're going to be striking, mate? Are you going to work? You're going to be striking, yeah? Z, no one will take part in the strike? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I said, when I'm live, we'll have a little look, won't we? We'll have a little look and see what's happening. Does the strike, does mean a strike can impact when it's working in Dublin? Does mean a strike can make an impact than if it's working in Dublin? Yeah, but Dublin strikes make a difference, are they? Dublin strike, they're not trying to change. They're trying to implement a council ruling, and the taxi drivers are striking against Uber. They're not the Uber drivers striking against Uber. So it's different, mate. So the taxi drivers in um, Dublin are striking against the government. Do you know what I mean? To stop Uber doing this thing to taxis. So it's a bit different anyway in the UK. The Uber drivers are striking to Uber because they want more money per mile. But Uber has been like this for years, and I've been like this in America for years, and they're never going to work. Midside driver here. First I've heard of a strike. I pay dues to GMB, but they seem pretty rubbish. I don't know who's organised. Who's organising the strike? Is it bloody ACDC again? The ones who done really well at the court case. I don't know who's organising the strike, but it was just a picture circulating for ages. Let me see. I've got the picture on social media. I think. Where are we? Let me have a quick look at the strike. Who organised the strike? £7.20 for 7 miles on New Year's Eve. Yeah, sounds about right. Can anyone remember who's organising the strike? Let's have a look. Oh no, I didn't put the picture on the blog. I can't see a name on it. Yeah, so to be honest, mate, it must be just a circulated picture. I don't think it's anything happening. You can't see a name on it. Yeah, I think it's just been created with a picture. I don't know. Rosie, how are you? I'm good, thank you, Rosie. So what do we do with this VAT receipt thing? Nothing, mate. Nothing. Uma, Uma, Matty, please do something. What do you want me to do, mate? Use it. I'll have a look later, mate. Thank you. So what do you want me to do, mate? Let me know. I'm dying to hear what you're asking. So is it quieted off now? What time is it now? 20 to 11 must be quiet now. Chilling. ADCU call the strike. Did they call a strike? Are you just guessing? Tepu, yesterday Ryder asked for a stop. I said he has to add a stop. You don't know how to do it, so he offered me £5 tip. After completing Uber didn't pay me the tip, I rang them and they authorised it and said it was a glitch. No, they didn't. Stop it. So you couldn't add a stop, so you stopped anyway because they offered you a £5 tip. You completed the Uber job and explained that the driver said and showed that they give you the £5 tip. So then they authorised it after you phoning them up and said it was a glitch. Mate, if that's true, that's a flipping joke, mate. Oh, Z wants me to put the rates up. Is that what... Try and make all the drivers united? No. Do you want to bell Uber now? One sec. Bell Uber now. Hey, do us a favour. He wants those rates up, please. It's just not happening, matey. I can't make all the drivers unite. We're self-employed. If I told you now, right now, yeah, turn the Uber app, delete the Uber app now for a week, would you? You wouldn't. You telling me what to do. It's not happening. Dublin to Belfast on the meter will be 250 quid. Uber pay half that. Belfast to Dublin should be 200. Uber offer 85 to 90 quid to those willing to do it. Ubers are like a reverse auction, lowest bid wins. You have a community to it? So is that coming into effect now, this fixed pricing thing that they brought in? So that's how they're trying to wangle. That's why they're trying to wangle. Getting around the Uber, the taxi meter in Dublin, innit? By doing these fixed fares. And what's saying is that taxi drivers and the councils and stuff are saying that's illegal. It has to be ran through the meter in Dublin. Do you have to register for VAT, Matt? No, you only register for VAT if you're in over. What's the threshold? VAT threshold now, 90 grand. Mate, you're not gonna be hitting the VAT threshold, mate. Ignore the VAT. Everyone's panicking over the VAT. Belfast to Dublin is a stroke. It's a stroke. 50k? No, it's not 50k for VAT, mate. New rates have landed. Yeah. Rose at Liverpool. He said something that's trying to happen where I can send you a screen because I don't know how many tips to get because of this. Yes, send me a screenshot on Facebook, please, or Instagram. And yeah, I'll see what I can do with it. Because that is pretty naughty, mate. Pretty naughty. I'm alright. I've done thanks for now for drivers, which okay. 110 quid for 99 miles. Have you seen the intercity? Uber intercity that's coming into effect. That is dropping it below £1 a mile. I've seen a few now at like 70p a mile and stuff, which is just ridiculous. Anyone seen the terms and conditions? I haven't, mate. Not yet in Stockport. Yeah, there's someone said in Manchester they dropped this morning the new terms. Um, There you go, user. In the UK, you are generally become liable to register for VAT if your VAT taxable turnover exceeds 90k. No Uber driver is turning over 90k. So that's why most or 99% of Uber drivers will not have to register for VAT unless the VAT registered on like another business, like an airport company or like a chauffeur company. And then they can register Uber VAT to claim someone have the VAT back. Or something like that anyway. That's how it works anyway. So 99% of Uber drivers do not have to worry about the VAT scenario, the taxi tax, all that. No one's going to worry about it at all. Just turn the Uber app on and do your jobs. That's it. In the south, the upfront fares are cutting driver pay in half. I hope they don't accept it. It will get worse from here on. Yeah, as soon as you accept it, mate, that's it then. Yo, Matty, greetings from Hungary. We are called Uber Taxi over here. So in Hungary, is that the country? Um, so in Hungary, how does Uber work over there? If you book an Uber in Hungary, does a metered taxi come and pick you up? I'm all right, Rosie, thanks. Oh, okay, UK VAT threshold is 88k, moving to 90k. Oh, 2k, what's the difference in the 2k? Would you recommend people doing school runs when starting out? I think the school runs are fantastic, mate. Guaranteed income, structure, a wage, but they're just hard to get. If you can if you can bag yourself a good school run, mate, and then do bits around it, it sounds some drivers are doing 600-700 quid a week just off their school run. Do you know what I mean? You just lose the flexibility of the taxis, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You want a day off or you're going on holiday, it's a bit of a nightmare. But they are pretty good, the school runs, they are. Yeah, it's completely different. We use the same app, but you can only order a taxi, and we are using taxi meter, no dynamic pricing bullshit. See, that's what I mean, Azara. So in Hungary, that's the same as Dublin. You book an Uber, a taxi comes up on the meter, and then you pay that metered price. That's what I think Uber should be, realistically. That would be the best bet. But in the UK, private hire operators dictate the price to the private hire drivers, and that's why we have this dynamic pricing. Because operators dictate the pricing, where for hackneys and taxis, the local council dictates the pricing, not companies and stuff. And that's where the big difference is. Yeah, mate, I'm definitely looking at trying to get one after I start. Yeah, they are pretty solid, mate. They are, but like you say, it was quite hard to get. Oh, yeah, so the base fare in Hungary, guys, is $3.3. Yeah, is base fare, $3.3. 1 kilometre is $1.3 per mile, well, one per kilometre. And wait time is 30 cents per dollar. Yes, that's a pretty good rate, isn't it? Because obviously, what's kilometres and miles? Like 0.7. So you're probably on 150 150, 160 a dollar, aren't you? Per mile. That's not bad, that. Hello, airport transfers. Yeah, user. Yeah, go for it, mate. Time for the likes and follows, guys. Much appreciated. This has been lovely, jubbly. Is Uber fine in other countries, or are you having the same issues as the UK? So America and the UK are similar. Uber dictate the pricing. Uber has that dynamic AI pricing where it's dead cheap and stuff like that. So Uber and in the UK and America is the same. A lot of countries outside of UK and America just run on acnes and taxis. So they don't have private hire. So they just run off the meter. So if you go to, like you say, Hungary and you book an Uber, a Hackney taxi driver on a meter will come up and then you'll pay whatever's on that meter. Wait, who's 19? Did I miss that? Someone's 19 going on the cabs. Mate, don't even bother. I'm done with Uber. I'm done with Uber driver. I quit. Was draining. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play. Onwards and upwards. If you're 19 and you're looking at getting on the cabs, mate, you're a flipping nutter, and I mean it. Do not get on the cabs at 19. As we have no surges when there is too many jobs, passengers can pre-tip in the app, so we can just cherry pick jobs. Here, acceptance and declining rate doesn't matter. Azara, I'm coming to Hungary. I'm coming to Hungary and work. That is crazy, mate. But that's what it should be. That's exactly how it should be, mate. I was surprised you mentioned drivers in the States were taking less than $1 per mile. Mate, they were in America. Like some of the jobs that were coming through on the screen when I was in their cars, and they were just driving like that, went, and just accepting every job that was coming through. And I was looking like that. And I'm like, some of the jobs are awful, and you weren't even like looking at what was getting through, just like bang, and you just accepted every job. I think that's what they want in the UK eventually. When the old school drivers leave and all the new ones come in, that's all it'll be. Just brand new Uber drivers, never worked the taxis, never worked the private hire, never worked the local operators, never used their own knowledge test. They're just blindly following a sat nav. That's going to be happening in the next few years. And then people like me who knows what it used to be like will be gone and dusted and whatever. And it's changed, isn't it? Zara, Uber fee is fixed. 18.9% here though. Kinda high. Smiley face. Listeners here, you best be subscribed, lad, before I punch your head in. 18.9% is brilliant, mate. Yeah, 49 here. Is it 49? That's what they confirmed, haven't they? I'm a private hire driver in Belfast, and yesterday I was looking, I wasn't working, but checked to see what the private taxi a 3 mile journey was. £14.60. Uber was doing it for £6.95. Silver Fox. Great name, by the way. So in Belfast, is Uber like UK? So is Uber Belfast just like UK? Yeah, private hire and all that. And they dictate the pricing and how much they pay and how much they take. So is it just Ireland? So just Ireland that do the taxiway. Community Uber used the former Prime Minister David Cameron's wife PR company to lobby when Uber were applying for the TfL and operator license. The UK government is solely responsible for Uber's antics. Wouldn't surprise me, mate. Sheedy on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you subscribe because like and follow. You know anyone who deals with Wolverhampton badge? Wolverhampton Council. Wolverhampton Council, mate. They do everything for you. They help you. There's an online thing. Don't be going to these taxi trading centres that you see online. There's some fellas like, I'll get you the badge the same day. Come with us. It's going to cost you £1,000. We'll get you the badge. We'll pass you this. We'll pass you that. Just go through the council, mate, and follow the steps. It's all like free to apply. You don't have to pay anyone. Okay, so in Belfast, it's the same as the UK, but in Dublin, it's not. Azara, you know the only crazy thing is that we've got 4 categories and it's all the same price. What? Taxi, Taxi XL, Taxi Comfort, and Taxi Green. So how is Taxi XL and Taxi the same price? And is the vehicles different? That's mental. Like why have all different categories but the same price? Yeah, Belfast is UK, Dublin is Europe. No, I know that, mate. I just didn't know if they were on like separate policies. Do you know what I mean? That's flipping crazy, that, isn't it? So Belfast is saying to UK, but Dublin is obviously Uber's made everyone sign a new contract today, otherwise it wouldn't let you go on. So if you tried to work today, guys, they wouldn't let you work unless you signed a new contract. Was that down in London, mate, or was that where was that? That's crazy, that, isn't it? I know I keep missing big. If you're 19 and you're trying to get in the cabs, mate, come on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or Facebook, and leave me a comment there because I keep missing your comment. Yes, all UK and then Lancashire, guys. If you tried to work Uber today, did you get forced to accept the new terms today? Because I don't think everyone has been forced to. We should ask the government to regulate private hire fares like Hackney with a base fare. Yes, that would work. If the government come out and regulates the private hire pricing, that could work. Am I still on? I've worked Uber since like September. Taxi John, I'm working in Liverpool, not signed anything on Uber. Okay, so it's not everyone's Uber app. It's just some. Maybe it depends on the council, doesn't it? Yeah, I went to Orlando for a couple of weeks ago, mate. Brilliant. Liverpool was mental yesterday on Uber. Was it? Yeah, the vehicles are all different, but we all use the same fares. I have a hybrid car, so I'm a taxi, taxi green, and taxi comfort as well. So if you got have you got mini buses and they charge the same on the meter as a hybrid car? Oh yeah, Carlos and Steve on YouTube have both said that they've had to sign a contract today. Oh no, Steve said he's came in here, hasn't he? Come in the chat. Thanks, Steve. I can't see that. I missed loads of comments, mate, on the TikTok. I'm sorry. So it's better on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or Facebook. So Liverpool, so Liverpool had to sign a contract today. I can't even check the app because I'm using my phone for TikTok. Happy New Year, Andy. In Hungary governments, actually, the city sets the fare. So it depends on the city how much the price is. Uber cannot manipulate. That's what I mean, Azari. So that's what it's like in Dublin and other European countries. The government says this is how much it's going to cost, and Uber's got to follow that. But in the UK, Uber doesn't have that rule, so they can just do what they want. I'm a knowledge badge, and I have to sign the contract. Knowsley badge, Carlos. Was that a typo, mate? Knowsley badge, I have to sign a contract. Tom, hello, mate, on Facebook. Tap the likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Bolton was just a rate off from today. I see jobs at £2.60. Wow, after, yeah. Is that Bolt or Bolt Flex? Yes, XL is the same price, but they get more jobs because there are many XL jobs. Yeah, but that's what I don't get. Why is the XL price the same as a hybrid car? That's what I don't get. Liverpool, no sign of no contract. Right, guys. By the looks of it, the new terms and conditions is council based, not area based. So Knowsley, so far, Knowsley has to sign the contract. Liverpool hasn't had to sign the contract. Can't go online in Glasgow unless you sign the contract. No Sefton. So net profit. Did you have to sign the contract on Sefton? No. There you go, Samuel. I'm Sefton. No contract to sign. See, we're gathering here together and we're figuring it out. So by the looks of it, my badge is Sefton and not had to sign. Okay, so Sefton and Liverpool, you don't have to sign. Knowsley, you have to sign, which is crazy. I'm assuming Wolverhampton has to sign because Wolverhampton's everywhere, isn't it? L comes after K, so we're next. Do you reckon they're running alphabetically? Stop it, Steve. Imagine if they're running alphabetically. That'd be so funny. Some fella in an office, like, right, where are we up to, guys? Knowsley? Right, they've got to sign that contract. What's next? Oh, Liverpool's coming up next later. Imagine that's so funny. Oh, God, Steve, you crack me up, lad. What's the contract about? It's just new terms, ways. If you don't accept the terms, you can't work Uber. But I don't think the terms have changed much, as far as I'm aware. I don't want to get legally incorrect here. But I don't think the terms have changed very much. I think it's just changed the wording. So you don't have to pay VAT in the fares. Only need Wolves to keep the Northwest moving. 100%, lad. I'm online now, didn't have to sign yet in Belfast. Okay, so no. Right, guys, do us a favour. If you had to sign the contract before you go online, let me know in the comments, please. New terms where they can take up to 49% of the fares. Super driver, they've done that for years, mate. That's nothing new. Do you know what I mean? The good news is they can't take more than 49% because it's in your terms. No signing in Ipswich. So Ipswich is no, Liverpool's no, Knowsley's yes, Sefton's no, Belfast is, Glasgow's yes, And I think Belfast was no. Please, gents, all go on strike. Chosen date. Tiger Claw, guys, once you're striking. Monday, 7 a.m. till midday. Blackburn, yes, I had to sign. Mate, if this is alphabetical, I'm going to kill you. Belfast, yes. Glasgow, yes. Knowsley, yes. Blackburn, yes. If this is alphabetical, I'm going to flip and laugh. Bolton, no. Belfast, no. It's not alphabetical, Steve. Imagine if they were going from A to Z. That was brilliant. They're not, lad, they're not. Bolton's a no, and Belfast a no. So they're not going alphabetical. Oh, mate, that would have been amazing if that was alphabetical. That would have been classic. So yeah, so by the looks of it, guys, they're rolling out the contracts today, but it looks like it's getting staggered. So Liverpool might be later on or tomorrow maybe, but the new contracts have to be signed, or they said delete the account, which is mental, isn't it? It's based on areas where drivers accept the lowest fares. Do you reckon? Commuter Uber Belfast are badged as a Class C, which covers weddings and funeral cars. Yeah, so like private hire then. Uber cannot pick up on the street, must be pre-booked. Two big local firms fought against Uber for years without success. Yeah, so your Class C, what's your taxis then? In Belfast, are they classed as something else? I'm assuming. So our private hire is technically your Class C because it covers weddings and funeral cars. Yeah, so I think your Class C is our private hire. So who dictates the pricing of Class C's commuter? The business or the council? You know what I mean, like the operator? Because I guess you'll need a Class C operator's license, won't you? Good jobs on Christmas night, getting 10, £15 for 1 mile jobs. Yeah, it's great for like 1% of the year, isn't it? Hey up, mate, all right? Yeah, not bad, man, not bad. Time's at 11. We've done a pretty good little stream today, haven't we? Don't forget, guys, I will be streaming on Monday while it's striking around 10 a.m. Gonna come on about half 9, 10 a.m. on Monday. Um, so come and join me there. Obviously, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. The comments come on my screen. So try and come over and comment on there instead of TikTok because I missed the comments on TikTok and I think on Instagram as well. Don't even know I'm live. Am I still live on Instagram? Yeah, I'm still live on Instagram. Two people are watching on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. Morning, Stu. How are we, mate? Are we good, good, good? Drivers in Manchester are nightmate or nightmare. I left Uber after a week of joining as all donkeys been working. So just to clarify, mate, you joined Uber in Manchester and then you slagged every Uber driver off in Manchester as a donkey. God, I love the internet, you know. Oh, God, it cracks me up. Imagine just starting a job, realizing it's not for you, and then calling everyone a donkey. Oh, God. Where's this donkey term come from? By the way, it was a London thing. Oh, my God, this donkey term is ridiculous. Is Uber still quiet, mate, considering going back on? Yeah, yeah, especially now in January. Oh, God. That's so funny. Samuel on Facebook. Nobody will be here, mate. They will all be working, picking up fake shades while the strikes are on. Yeah, mate. I don't think we talked about the strikes earlier on in the stream. I don't think the strikes will be happening, mate. I'm gonna come live here, and I'm gonna do a little dummy test and throw a little fake job out there and see if anyone accepts it. And if I get people accepting the job straight away, you know the strike's not working, don't you? No way I'm striking on the first Monday back. Sorry, I've got bills to pay. Ways, and no one blames you, mate. You're self-employed, lad. No one blames you. Do you know what I mean? It's the first Monday back after the holidays. The schools are back, work's back. It's going to be a lot busier than it was over the last few weeks in between the holidays. So yeah, don't blame you, mate. Commuter branch, Uber dictate their own prices. Okay, so Belfast is technically, with a different terminology, is the same as UK. Private hire, Class C. What class is the taxi then? Is a different class? Went to renew my license with Sefton, but process is too long. Yeah, mate, Sefton's slow, lad. Because everybody wants to go to Sefton because it's easy. Go to Liverpool, it'll be dead quick. But you might not pass the knowledge stuff. Scouts on Twitch. Is it worth buying an electric car if you can't home charge? I get this question a lot. So electric cars are actually very reliable. Very reliable. No DPF problems. No like gearbox problems. No minimal running costs. Hardly any. Hardly any servicing costs if you go for a Tesla, stuff like that. And also you can get cheap rapid charging. So generally an electric car is cheaper to run, maintain than a diesel car. But without the home charge, overnight charge, or your 2p charge, I'd probably still no. Um, Purely because of that. The rapid charging is expensive. Maybe if you went to a Tesla and you got the cheap off-peak charging at the Teslas, is around, I think there's a 30, late 30s, 40p per kilowatt, and then maybe. But the whole benefit of your electric car is the home charge. We had this discussion a while back over night drivers. If you work nights on the taxis, when are you meant to home charge? The home charging is overnight. So even if you've got a driveway and you've got a charger at home, if you're working nights, you have the same problem, don't you? But if you charge at like 3 a.m. on a Tesla supercharger, it'll take you 20 minutes and it's off-peak charging. So it will be one of the cheapest rapid charges you can get. But it still won't be your 7p per kilowatt on your night charge, you know what I mean? So realistically, if you can home charge, you're probably better off getting a really, really good hybrid, like a Corolla, a Nero, a Prius, something like that. Do you know what I mean? That's probably your best bet, mate. I class myself as more of an ass. Yeah, Stu, me too, mate. Me too. Carlos, what's the point of striking Monday? All that will do is give good rates for the donkeys. Yeah, what's with the donkeys? Can we stop using this term, donkeys? Because it's just stupid. Oh, God. So what you mean is it'll make good rates for the other drivers. Yeah, correct, mate, yeah. Just log on and refuse. Yeah, you could do log on and refuse. And then, this is pointless, though, isn't it? You're just going to sit at home watching the telly, Steve, with the app pinging its head off. Do you know what I mean? And a Sage job comes to Manchester for 130 quid. You're going to turn that down? I don't think so. No, Raf, no stay. I guess that's over the electric car, mate, yeah? Raf, you've been silent on Twitch. Thanks for tuning in. MJB, it's January and I'm expecting to be busy as mental. No one has got any money for a luxury taxi. Correct. Everyone be busting it, mate, or getting lifts. Class A, Class B, and Class D. Sounds like drugs. Class A, Class B, and Class D are controlled by my local licensing authority with a maximum fare card price structure. The rate card over here is okay, but Uber prices are low to be too sustainable. So a Class C is controlled by the company, which is Uber, which is your private hire, innit? And then whatever Class A, B, or D is, that'll be your taxis, your hackneys, where the price is dictated by the council. Okay. So technically, commuter, you're just similar to private hire in the UK, aren't you? Tap to follow, mate. Appreciated. 108.9 petrol, Brewster Street, Liverpool. Wow, that is cheap. Wow. So your petrol hybrids is well better than an electric car, then, isn't it? Rapid charging. I didn't realise the fuel has dropped that low, mate. Silver Fox, no private hire in Belfast, Class A, public hire, Class B, and Uber is Class C. So, yeah, what I'm trying to say, Silver, there's no private hire in Belfast, but Class C sounds very similar to our private hire. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to get at. You haven't got a private hire statement, but what Class C has been explained to me sounds like private hire is Class C. Do you get me? Liverpool or Everton? Everton, but not a big footy fan, so either or, mate. I fix my car like every other week, but they keep telling me to change the goddamn combo Combobulator. Com, combobulator. Can anyone read that comment on YouTube? What's a combobulator? Com, combobulator. What's a combobulator? Are you making that up or is that a typo? Because it feels like you're taking the mic. But yeah, and I reckon electric cars, mate. I reckon electric cars are a hell of a lot more reliable than like your conventional engines and your diesels and stuff. I really do. Steve, 45 quid to fill a tank off to London. Wow! Steve, are you still in the Nero? Well, he wasn't in Nero, I think. Roll on the UFC, end of the month. I say, come on, Paddy. Mate, yeah, Paddy, hopefully smash it. Thanks you, mate. 99 stars. Legit, I don't know what that means, mate, but thank you. Is 99 stars good on Facebook? I don't know what the stars is, but yeah, thanks for the stars, matey. Appreciate it. And if you could let me know what stars are in the comments, that'd be even better. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for that. How long does the process of Liverpool Council? So, Christie, Liverpool Council is the quickest in Liverpool, in my opinion, but it has got a knowledge test. Do you know what I mean? So when you apply, you got to go through the process like them all, but they're just a lot quicker because they're not inundated with requests because it's a lot harder. So people that like can't speak good English or don't really know Liverpool will struggle to pass it. So that's why they're not as busy. Where Sefton and Knowles don't have that. So when I went for my Liverpool test, one of the guys come in. You sound like just couldn't speak good English, and he sat at the test and he looked at the test. But 5 minutes later, he just walked out. Didn't even like attempt it. Couldn't really comprehend it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's the faster one. Kia Nero is very canny. Choice for a full EV. Commuter, one of the lads I know. I don't know if you've seen the content on YouTube, but the reviews of the Kia Nero. That's he's hit over 320,000 miles on his Nero on the original battery still. 320,000 miles he's on, I think, on the Kia Nero. Unbelievable. Oh, you're on the Ioniq, Steve? The neck breaker. Silver Fox Class A is private hire, and on a Friday and Saturday nights from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. we can lift off the street like public hire. And as a private hire, you can only be with a depot, not with Uber. Oh, Silver, you threw a spanner in the works now, lad. So Class A is private hire. So if they just created a new class for Uber, hey, Belfast is weird. Where do you find how to appeal Manchester Airport? On DM News, mate. Go on DM News, it'll help you. Just search on DM News for what you need. Go to Wolverhampton and get it straight away. You know what, mate? That's a fallacy there. That's not true. Wolverhampton are just slow as anyone else, man. They can't keep up, I don't think. What mileage do you get with your Tesla? I've got a 7 Series now, mate. But I've got a Model 3, standard range. Did they start showing the new prices the customers will pay? For me, it's showing the same amount. I don't know, mate. I'm not too sure. I don't think it was happening on the 2nd of January. We're like the 6th or the 7th. I'm sure it was next week it was getting implemented. Can't remember, mate. But realistically, mate, you can just wangle that VAT. They can just wangle it, can't they? Within the figures. How much should you be looking to spend on Uber taxi? Are you want to buy a car, mate? To buy a car, mate, is as cheap as possible. Cheapest expenses possible. Mind over matter. Are you taking any drive for your company? No, I'm good for now. Thanks, mate. We're getting everything covered. We're not that busy, mate. It's January. It's quite quiet. Do you know what I mean? Just ticking over. One here and there. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, I'm from North End, Sefton, so I know South End, but not really well, like the North End. Chrissy, so a lot of the knowledge test with Liverpool, it was a lot of A to B's. It's multiple choice and very A to B. So what it'll do is it'll go, how do you get from the Adelphi Hotel, right, to, I don't know. Oh my God, I went blank. Kenny, yeah, you know the fish market in Kenny. How do you get from the Adelphi to the fish market in Kenny. Then it'll go A, and it'll give you streets, B streets, C streets, D streets. But like if you read them, they'll be random. Like the second one will contain Queen's Drive. The other one will contain a street in Kirby. Another one will constrain. You know what I mean? They're like quite obvious, but you still need to know the basic knowledge. But like you see one and it'll pop out and go, you're never gonna go on Queen's Drive, so it won't be B. Do you get me? And the same with the hotels and the schools and stuff. It'll show you the hotel, and I'll just say, like, this is a hotel. What street is this hotel on? And then I'll give you four options. But three of them or two of them might be obvious. It won't be that. So then it'd be like a 50-50 guess if you don't know. But they give you it all beforehand, and there's training involved, and they help you massively, mate. They help you. If you're from Liverpool, if you're from Liverpool and you can speak English, do you know what I mean? A bit of research, you can pass the Liverpool knowledge test. It's not that hard. But if you're not from Liverpool or you can't speak English, you can't really read, you're gonna struggle. Do you know what I mean? Nowhere on Kick. Thank you for tuning in on Kick. I'm quite new to Kick, so if you can give me a follow on Kick, that'd be brilliant. Would you be down to react to my new conspiracy horror short film on YouTube? It's called Down a Jar. Not really, mate. No. Don't follow me. Looney Tunes, Mon and Matty, wishing you and the family a blessed New Year's, bro. Thank you, Looney Tunes. Much appreciated. We had a good one. We had a good one. Bit of family, bit of chill, bit of fun. It was great. Back to the grind, back to the content, and here I am. So in Belfast, a Class C taxi is a pre-booked private hire vehicle, like to use for weddings, funeral chauffeur services, or apps like Uber. So technically, the government, Uber's come into Belfast, and Belfast and like, we're not going to give you private hire because they're our little. We want to protect that. You can have Class C with the wedding cars. Is that technically what they've done? But inadvertently wrecked private hire anyway because you're competing with it now, aren't you? They should have put Uber as Class B with the other, with Class A with the other private hire. They should have put Uber with that because I'm guessing Class A is dictated by the council. The rates. They should have give Uber Class A then, shouldn't they? Habib, thank you. Happy New Year, all the best. Thank you very much, matey. MJB, you have any Liverpool road knowledge? Yeah, MGB, 100%, mate. If you're literally from around the area, I'm a Scouser, so should be failing it. Mate, them scout when we went Chrissy night, there was three Scousers and then like four or five foreign lads. And foreign lads, I just mean not from Liverpool and like from a different country. So like they couldn't really speak good English, and you know what I mean, that type of foreign lad I'm on about. So there's a few Scousers and then a few people that like weren't really good at English and stuff like that, and they quite struggled. And they failed straight away. And then out the Scousers, I think two of them failed. But when you fail, you just go back as a second attempt on the ones you failed. Do you know what I mean? I think I failed once, and then the other two Scousers failed once or twice. And you just go back and just for a redo. That's all it is. It's not that hard as long as you know general knowledge. And then they give you all the paperwork for you to learn anyway. So if you go home, I went home, done loads of research. I filled all the paperwork out and then just went through and tried to get me brains. It's not that hard. There's a few sneaky ones, but that was about it. Yeah, you're a legend, remember that. Thank you, Jav. Thank you very much for that, mate. Lovely compliment. How long do you have to have your license before you can do a taxi badge? Lou, I'm not too sure. I think it depends on the council as well. But like I said, I was speaking to someone before, he was 19, he was getting his badge. The insurance will absolutely destroy you. You've got to be, I reckon, over 22, 23 to even consider the taxis. Over 25 to even get a realistic price. Alright, Tash, have you read the new terms and conditions? No, mate, I haven't even you, but that one. But to be honest, mate, the new terms and conditions is more or less what you've already been doing. Realistically, they just tweak the word and stuff, so they try and avoid the VAT. But I don't think they're gonna avoid the VAT. I really don't think so. You can't just, do you know what I mean? If I'm like you're doing something illegal, you can't just change your wording after them saying you're doing something illegal to try and not be illegal. Do you know what I mean? Someone reported me for dropping it off unsafely with disabilities on Uber trying to turn me off. She was pissed and sick in the car. Where'd you drop her off though, lad? But part, you still got to get them home, lad. If they were bevied and sick, you can't throw them out the car on the street, lad. Give them a sick bag and get them home. No more car engines in the boot. I still can't believe that. You know, that was brilliant. Showed no sign of disabilities. See, mate, if you, hey, who you badged with, mate? Because if you've done the training in the proper council, mate, they teach you that all disabilities are visual. Do you know what I mean? Just for fun, he's like, oh, I nearly got cut up. Why? She threw up in the car and I dropped it off on the M62. Come on, I need more fun. Hey, the Unseen Legion, tell me who you're licensed with and tell me where you dropped it off. I need to know. We'll just pause everyone's comments, please. Come on, get typing. After likes and follows, please. Much appreciated. Come on, type faster. Who you licensed with and where'd you drop it off? The fact that your comment said she didn't look like she had disabilities. Do you know what I mean? You can't. Are you Liverpool badged? Well, you didn't listen in the training then, mate. I can't believe you dropped off. Right, guys, ready? Where did he drop them off? So was how many was there? Was just one woman drunk on the way home. She threw up in your car, so you dropped it off on Formby bypass. So Formby bypass, anyone who's not in Liverpool, is more or less a dual carriageway. It's like an A road, isn't it? In parts, a little bit dual carriageway. Lad, you can't be doing that. What are you doing? Imagine if that was your bird or your like kid, like grown up kid. Aye, Dad, you alright? What happened? So I got a bit sick in the car, and then he threw me out on the hard shoulder of the Formby bypass. We stopped multiple times, and then she was sick all over the car. Mate, sick bags. Get some sick bags in your car, lad. You can't be dumping people out on the. What time was it? What time was it? Was it night time as well? And how many passengers was there? Was there one passenger? Yeah, I've heard loads of vehicle checks in Liverpool, mate. Liverpool and Manchester's rife on it, especially the airports. Liverpool airports, taxi license, nearly there every Friday. Lad, I'm invested with this fella here. Was the one girl? What time did you drop it off? And was the one girl? New York Eve, about 11. Was the one girl? One person on their own. Joe on YouTube, I would have kicked that out too. Yes. So you dropped one girl off. Hey, New York Eve. So you dropped one girl off 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve on the Formby bypass. Oh God, lads, you've. Steve, my insurance only just gone to 1400, and I'm older. Need a taxi driver for 15 years. 100%, Steve. 100%. The insurance will kill you. The insurance will kill you, mate. Paul Jones starting with the council taxi licensing soon. Permanent job with the boss. Council pension taxi is finished. Paul, tell me, lad, what are you doing, kid? Permanent job with a boss council pension, mate. That's brilliant. Paul, all the best to you, mate. Joe, mate, lad, are you right, Joe? Listen, Joe. Joe on YouTube. Are you telling me a girl on her own, drunk on New Year's Eve, yeah? You would have dropped her off on Formby bypass on their own because you threw up in your car. Come on, Joe. You can't tell me you would have. Logged off and went back on and asked me to sign new terms, Belfast. So they rolled it out at Belfast now. She's not going to pay my bills. Yeah, but unseen legend, but you got a responsibility to get them home, lad. Lad, you can't bin someone out at 11 p.m. drunk, alone, on Formby bypass. You can't, mate. No wonder Uber's flipping having a go at you. Come on. Imagine if that was your wife. Do you know what I mean? You've got a customer care, mate, doing this job, lad. Doesn't matter if she was flipping throwing up all over like the Exorcist, lad. You got to put a waterproof jacket on and you got to get her home. You know what I mean? Because you dumping her out on the roads, you still have to go and get your car clean anyway. So you could have just dropped it off and then got your car clean. Oh, lad, I can't believe you done that. Oh, God, that's funny, that. Can we do a proper strike so Uber can feel a hit? One day won't make a difference. How many do you want? How many days do you want to strike, mate? Let's get it organised right now. Go on, John. How many days do you want to strike? By the way, are you self-employed? Are you part-time? Or you got a full-time, well-paying job? I bet you have. The ones that are fronting the strike have probably got income elsewhere. Definitely. I'm 24 years of age, 2 years no claims, paying 3 grand. Wow. Maybe not the bypass, but on a normal road, defo, yeah. Mate, you can't, as you can't be throwing a girl on her own out at night. You just can't. Andrew, hell of a walk she had. Where was the drop off? It's illegal to kick passengers out on the bypass or motorways. Mate, if you're going to drop off a passenger, you need to drop them off at a garage or somewhere where you can. Oh, lad, I can't believe you done that, you know? I can't believe Uber's having a go at me. Why? Well, I just dropped this vulnerable, drunk, young girl off on a motorway. Why am I getting in trouble driving, Matty? Oh, God. That's what I mean. It wouldn't have made a difference at the point. You'd already. That's what my whole point is. You threw it out after being sick. You could have just got it home and cleaned 10 minutes later. I pay 550 quid insurance. What you drive a pedal bike? Mate, no chance you're doing Uber taxis. You must be doing Uber Eats. 50 quid insurance. Unless you're not in the UK. I've got accepted some new terms today. What are they about, mate? I think they're just rewording what they already have done, mate. Oh, oh God. So this fella just went, I pay 550 quid on insurance. I went, you can't be paying that much. That's too cheap. And he said a month. Sorry to laugh, mate. It is bad. How old are you, lad? Well, 550 quid a month. How are you even like? Do you work for Uber as well? How are you even profiting any money? Oh God, mate, this chat makes me laugh. Yeah, so the new terms, mate, they're literally just a reworded of the old terms. I think with maybe a few things. But you haven't got a choice. If you still want to work for Uber, you've got to accept them. Do you know what I mean? If you want to still work for Uber, you got to accept the terms. Oh God, I can't believe that. That was so funny. 550 quid. That's cheap, that isn't it? No, it's a month, that Matty. Oh God, that was made me laugh there. John, I do have a main job. Shocker. So wait there, just to clarify, John. Wait there. Let's have a go back up to John's comment. Can we do a proper strike so Uber can feel a hit? One day won't make a difference. I said to John, how many days do you think? John replied, 2 to 3 days. And then I said to John, I'm assuming you got a full-time wage somewhere else. John's put, I do have a main job and I wanted to do Uber full-time, but seeing the situation, what's going on, I wouldn't want to, but something needs to be done. So just to clarify, John, you got a full-time job, you got full-time income, your family's covered, you'd work Uber part-time, but you want the full-time Uber drivers to have to follow, guys, Andrew on Twitch. So you want the full-time Uber drivers to strike to make your part-time income better. Is that what it is? Come on, John. You got to be fair, lad. She was only going to Waterloo, not that far. It's far walking, bevied on your own. Lad, you crack me up this stream, you know. I can't believe that, lad. She was only going to Waterloo. Ah, Formby, bypass the Waterloo. That's not bad. It's bad at all. Bevied, throwing up everywhere. Probably walking about half a mile an hour. Wouldn't got picked up by another Uber, by the way, on another taxi. So she probably would have been stranded. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. So are you still off the road and is Uber still putting off the road? You better be really careful, mate, because if she forwards that a complaint to the council, you lose your badge. You're 100% losing your badge for that, mate. So hopefully the council's not involved, lad. But you shouldn't be doing that again. That's my advice. I'd be fuming, mate, if that was my wife or my daughter or something like that. Very bad, very bad, very bad. Andrew Nairn, striking is pointless, especially in January when the money is crap. See, Andrew, we've talked about this, right? The striking needs to be least impactful for the drivers to make a difference. If you want to strike on a busy period, then you're not going to get people striking. So there's your balances, isn't it? There's your balances. Yeah, he's definitely losing his badge for it. I'll be surprised if he won't lose his badge for it. But as drivers, we are backed into corner in this situation. Uber don't reimburse you properly, probably. Mate, it's not the mate, you're missing the mate. You could have, lad. You should have dropped it off and cleaned the sick up. Yeah, with your own dinner plate at home. It doesn't matter what happened after that. If you got reimbursed, you lost your night's wage. It doesn't matter, mate. You should not have left a drunk girl vulnerable on Formby bypass, mate. There's no defending it. There isn't. It's not. You're saying Uber's backed you driving into a corner. Do you know what I mean? But the girl, vulnerable girl, it's not her fault, is it? You should have got it home, mate. Should have got it home. Or like Samuel's just put, you shouldn't have picked it up in the first place. But yeah, I'd say you've got a good chance of losing your badge, matey. But Uber or this woman aren't paying my bills. I don't think you're paying your bills once you lose your license, mate. Mate, you gotta lose this flipping authority. You know what I mean? The whole point of a private hire, the whole point of the taxis, right, is literally for the people. You got to provide a good service, mate. A safe service. You got to be able to get someone to book a taxi and you get them home at all costs, mate. Do you know what I mean? If a person, it's funny though. You can't help but laugh, but it is though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But like what you just said to you, which is a good point, is you shouldn't have picked her up. If she was at a pub drunk, you should have left her there. Do you know what I mean? As soon as she got in your car, she's your responsibility, mate. You should have got her home. You should have carried her like the movie Bodyguard. Yeah, kick the front door open. Yeah, and put her into bed. You should have done that. That's a whole different issue. But lads, you should not have done what you done. I'm sorry, mate, you shouldn't have. Yeah, within reason though, if someone damages your vehicle. Lad, she was bevied on New Year's Eve. She didn't damage your vehicle, did she? She was bladdered on New Year's Eve and she made a bit of sick. And you threw her out of Formby bypass. But that's what I'm trying to say, Luke. Yeah, you wouldn't be happy if it was your daughter. Imagine you. Hey, so you telling me right now, please, please, if your wife was drunk New Year's Eve getting a taxi home, right, and she phoned you up and went, "Hey, I'm on the phone, be bypass, I'm lost, I'm vulnerable, I'm sick," would have went, "Hey, love, did you throw up in his car?" Yeah, 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 did you? Well, you deserve it. Walk home. You wouldn't, would you? You'd be fuming. You got to think of other people's opinion, like your lad. There's no defending it. I'd completely understand and go pick it up. Nah, that's heavy. That's serious. If it was me, if it was me bird, I would levy you. Lad, you're gonna get filled in here. You need to calm down. But yeah, you need. You can't do it. Oh God, imagine working Uber New Year's Eve and like I can't believe she threw up in the car. Mate, it's New Year's Eve. Oh lad, you've cracked me up. Honestly, can't believe that. Shocking. I can't believe you're Liverpool badged. Defo, lose your badge for that. Adrian, it seems that Uber does in the UK is same behaving in Romania also. Low fare, long distance, small stages. Hello, Adrian. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Time for the likes and follows, by the way, guys. I got a bit distracted by this fella, like just throwing some bird out on their phone me bypass. Samuel, if she was bladdered, why would you pick her up in the first place? Play the game better. You tend to not get puke in your car. Samuel, we are bang on. If you pull up to a house party and she's staggering, yeah, probably crusty sick on the chest, right? And she's staggering out of someone's house, you go, bail, right? She has not got in your car, yeah? The contact not begin, you bail. You cancel a job. Guess what happens? She waddles back in the car, back in the house, and she falls asleep on the couch. I can't believe you just said that. They want equal rights, though. I'd do the same if it was a fella. Oh God! So that's your defence. They want equal rights, so you do it the same to a fella. Lad, are you a comedian? Because you're cracking me up. So anyway, yeah, if you're walking out the house bladdered and you turn him down, you can go back in the house. They're safe to get on the couch to go in a friend's house. In a pub, the pub will make sure that they get home. They'll be safe, they'll be whatever. You cannot dump them halfway home on a road, more or less, or a dual carriageway in parts, drunk, throwing up because of equal rights to have the likes and follows. I can't believe you said that. And I bet you any money you wouldn't have threw a lad out because the lad would probably would have punched your head in. What are you doing? Throwing me out on the, on the Formby bypass? Probably would have got absolutely filled in, mate. If you tried to jump someone, throw someone out on the Formby bypass. Oh, God, that was. Oh, mate, you cracked me up, you know. Deserves to lose his license. Well, to be honest, he still might by the sign of it. Are you back on the road, are you? You back on the road or are you still off the road with Uber? Because you have, all jokes aside, mate, you've got to be careful, mate. Yeah, just Liverpool, lad, 100%, mate. You can't be dumping no bird on Formby bypass, man. They're bladdered. Yeah, let me know, mate. Are you still off the road with Uber? Have you heard anything else? Because, yeah, that's heavy, that, like. Shouldn't work New Year's Eve if that's the case. Yeah, Steve. Steve's put, why is drunk people out on New Year's Eve? Laughing faces. How long has he had his badge for? 2 weeks. Passengers, passengers. No, he has the Liverpool badge, Carlos. Where do we see the comments? So, he's on TikTok. So the TikTok's separate to this platform just because thingy, but I'll read every comment so you're not missing out on the comment. No, mate, everyone's saying is he a Wolverhampton driver? He's not, he's Liverpool. That's seriously heavy, that. Grab my number for next time. I'll pick them up and levy you for it. Oh, God, guys. Social media and the internet. Honestly, God, the social media and the internet makes me laugh sometimes. You hear everything. Can I ask you a question? Lazario, you're better off on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or Kick. I might miss your question on TikTok. Um, but yeah, crazy, innit? So what do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon he's losing his license or what? Let me know in the comments. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I'm sound, Liam. Thanks for asking. It's actually picked it's a lot warming up. You don't normally come on here in the game anyway, bored. You're not working or what? Can I ask, Matty, do you get work in Yorkshire as a Liverpool plated car and Uber? No, mate. So Uber's regions are separated. So Liverpool is under the North West and West Midlands region. So you can work as high as the lakes and as down as to Birmingham. And as far right as probably Manchester, east of Manchester. But that's it then. It's after likes, mate. Appreciated. Uber don't report things like that to the council. He's going to be very, very, very lucky. It's after likes and follows, mate. Appreciated. Yes, Matty Love from Bradford. Thank you very much, mate. After hearts. But yeah, I've got a feeling the fella's going to lose his license. Georgia, so a Uber driver picked a girl up on her own, and she was drunk, and she threw up in his car. So he dropped her off on Formby bypass on her own, drunk, and now Uber's currently got him suspended. And if it continues, I think he's going to lose his license. Yeah, I know. You can't be doing that, can you? Imagine that's your wife or your daughter. Mental. Stark on kick shouldn't be that far though. I think should only be as far as like Warrington. Stark, I think. So we used to our old region never included Wolverhampton, and then when Wolverhampton come on the scene, pumping out private hire badges, they included us with their region, so they had somewhere to go. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke, really. But yeah, I reckon all big cities should have their own region. Yeah, yeah, bad, yeah. And she lived in Crosby or Waterloo. So she had to get from the Formby bypass to Crosby drunk and on her own. Yeah. 11 p.m. New Year's Eve. Mate, she didn't even flip and celebrate New Year. She would have been on her own. Stop it, lad. So someone just commented on TikTok, lad, I swear I seen a woman absolutely smashed walking down Formby bypass when I was on a job. You didn't. Really, yeah? So that's so bad. That is so bad. Wow. I was going to Innsbruck there. Oh, mate. George annoying me. Like, I've done this job for years, and the customer's got to, the safety of the customer got to go before any sick charge or anything like that. It was on the Formby bubble. What do you mean it was on the Formby bubble? If I was my daughter, I'd go find them. I think a lot of people will do. Blonde woman, I was wondering why she was there. Don't you think people should have enough respect to not puking over people's cars in the first place? Yeah, but that's not the point, mate. If she threw up in the car, that's bad. If she threw up in the car, that's bad, mate. So it went in the Formby groups. So yeah, if they threw up in the car, that's bad. It is bad. It's part of the job, though. And if sometimes you've had too much to drink, and sometimes you can't help it. You've had a good time, too much to drink. We've all been there. Unless you don't drink, you don't know. So I don't know if you're Muslim and you don't drink and you've never been there. You might not be able to relate, mate. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes you just can't help it. Do you know what I mean? You found it on Facebook. Wait there. Let me find this on Facebook. Did you find it? What's your search for? Oh, mate, is this really on Facebook? Yeah. Let's find this. I can't believe that. This is true, yeah. So you can't help sometimes being sick, mate. But the problem is, hey, if you're gonna throw someone out, at least throw them out at a garage, or like a street you can knock on a house or something where like she's not stranded on a flipping bypass, bladdered. Do you know what I mean? Like myself personally, it was by a garage. Was it, mate? Yeah. Was it? Was it by a garage, mate? Yeah. Nice save, lad. Nice save. Publicly live. Nice save. Nice save. Oh, God, I can't believe it. Oh, God. I had a shell. Sound. Good lad. I got on a call from the council and the app glitched and the trip didn't end and I went for a further mile. Weird. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Happy New Year's, Matty. Not ho ho ho. Thanks, Uber X, mate. Stark, my badge is up at the end of March. How long do you think it's going to take to renew? Also, I didn't do my part two. What can I do there, lad? Stark, you need to get the part two done before your renewal, or they won't let you renew. The renewal's not a problem. The renewal's dead quick. You just contact them a few weeks beforehand and just put in online, just renew. So you know where you done your training at Unite, Liverpool, in town. You need to get your part two booked in ASAP, mate, because they will not let you renew your badge if you didn't do your part two. Samuel, did he get reimbursed for cleaning charge though after booting it out? Good question. Let me ask the audience. Are you still in here? I don't know if you're still in here. Did you get an 80 quid clean-up fee for booting it out, or didn't he even reimburse you? Silver Fox, the reason I stopped working nights was because of drunks with three fellas come out to a taxi with 2 pints in each hand hammered, going 35 miles. I locked the doors and told them they ain't getting in. That's what I mean, Silver. That's what you do. If it's on Facebook, then it's defo license gone. Yeah, Stark, make sure you bell them, mate. Oh, lads, I can't believe he's done that. You know, that's mad, that. I'm gonna find it now. I'm on the hunt. What's it called? Formby Bubble. Is it on the Formby bubble? I bet she's still walking. Mate, she probably is. If you clean and carried on working properly, probably not. So after likes and follows, guys. Hey, let me know. Let me know if I miss his comments. Oh, mate, it's massive. I don't know if I'll be. Is it on there? Yeah. Wait, what you might have to do if anyone finds right, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it if I find it. Right, hey, send me on Facebook on my Driver Matty Facebook if you find it for me. We need to find this. Um, after likes and follows, guys. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this amazing breaking story. I can't find it. I can't find it on the Formby bubble, guys. If you find it, share it to the Driver Matty messages, please. Oh man. To have the likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. The new terms and conditions I thought to change today. Yes, so with who you licensed with, they've been updating them loads online today. Just search on Facebook itself. Have you found it yet? Uber Formby bypass. There's a missing girl on Formby Bubble. Don't joke. Don't joke. Uber X, if you've got a very sick woman on board and can't manage to get her home, then you got to go to A&E or the nearest police station. Do you know what I mean, mate? Or yeah, yeah, 100%, mate. Can't just dump her out. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't find it. You're not joking, mate. That's horrible, that, if that's true. There's a girl missing on Formby Bubble. Wow. Guys, me live has just been restricted for some reason. So if you're watching me and it goes off, come over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick. Come over and watch it there, guys, because TikTok's being weird. I'm trying to look for the Uber driver that dropped a drunk girl off on the Formby bypass on New Year's Eve. The Uber driver was in here telling me that he's just been kicked off Uber for it, and he believes that he's in the right. So if you're on Facebook, try and find that for me and send me on WhatsApp on the Messenger, Facebook Messenger. That's crazy, man. Oh, it appears it's not the same finger to report. But I hope she's got home. We need to find her. Let's the internet find her. That is mental. Can't get over that. Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if you found it anyway, and share it on Driver Matty's Facebook. 10 to 12, mate. The hell, lad, I've got to go on me dinner soon. What's going on? By the way, guys, don't forget, come over to Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, or YouTube, because the comments come on my main screen, so I might miss them on TikTok. And also, thanks to the follow on Twitch, guys. If you use Twitch and anything like that, I'm going live quite regularly on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, and YouTube. I'll be going live on Monday. I'm going live on Monday while the strike's on. Yes, Dark. So if you want to focus on the airports, mate, the summer holidays is chocker for minibuses. 2 months, a month before the summer holidays is busy for cars. A month after the holidays is busy for cars. Because there's a lot of like couples missing out on the busy summer holiday prices, like cruises and old people and people without kids, stuff like that. People with kids normally go on the summer holidays. So that's why your bulk of your busyness is around the summer holidays. And then the car works before it, the car works after it. And then outside of that, mate, it just goes up. Did she have blonde hair and a fluffy coat? And was she picked up in Birkdale? Stark was what bus you in? I'm not in a bus, mate. Semi-retired from the taxi, lad. I can't be arsed. Bristol putting their prices up. Stop Bristol Airport's putting their drop off to £8.50. Jeez Louise, man. No, so I got rid of the Model S. It was a VT, so I got rid of the Model S because it was like 12 grand in negative equity with it. And then I bought a 7 Series BMW for just because I've always wanted one because I'm stupid. And then that's plated private hire. And then privately, I've got a Tesla Model 3 that we use with my wife and I use it when I'm not on work. Um, but yeah, realistically, I'll keep with the private hire. Maybe one or two airports a month just to pay for the car, probably. So you can't find if it was girl who's lost or not. No, I haven't worked Uber, mate, since September, really. October. Maybe the odd little 2 hours of a morning. So I won't work Uber now in a 7 Series. I'd probably, if I still had the electric, I'd probably still do Uber here and there. But I'm not doing Uber in a 7 Series 3 litre diesel. Millie Milligan, 14 years of age, went missing. Where you finding that, Andy? Mate, that can't be that best not be the girl that he dropped off on the hard shoulder. 14-year-old girl. Okay, now my daughter's 13. Stark just being off them myself for a year, but want to get me badge just in case. I'd 100% give you badge. 100% give you. I'd never let my badge expire. I'd let my plate expire off my car because you can get your car plated. You can jump in a settle car. I would never let my badge expire. I'd keep it for years, mate. Just in case anything happens, I can get straight back on them, straight back into work. What's the best schedule you suggest for an Uber driver? So days or nights? Days, I'd say morning rush hour, afternoon rush hour. Don't work any others. Don't work in between or nothing like that. And then your weekends, probably probably go out about midday. Not many people moving around, 9, 10 a.m. So go out about midday on Saturday and Sunday. If you want to do early, that's normally quite good. Take all the creatures home. Just don't be dropping them off at the hard shoulder at Formby Bypass. Um, but yeah, so they're good as well. 5 a.m. Saturday morning, 5 a.m. Sunday morning. But like I said, it goes dead about 9, 8 a.m. on the weekends till about 11 a.m. Do you know what I mean? No worries, mate. No worries. Make sure you're flipping at that follow button for all this wonderful advice. But yeah, guys, I think myself personally, I think Uber going forward into 2026, we've literally just come into it. It's the 2nd of Jan, and if you're going to stay with Uber and you're happy to stay with Uber, you've got to go electric or really, 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 really good hybrid. Don't even consider doing Uber in like a diesel or a. I still see people working Uber in the V class, and I just cannot comprehend it. Ah, thanks, mate. No worries. But yeah, I can't comprehend why I do Uber in the V class. I can't even have no logic behind it at all. But you see them all the time. Ah, my eyes itchy. Would you say it's worth switching from Alpha to Uber? Um, it's up to you. What you drive? Will, you're in a Jag. What Jag? It best be an I-Pace. If it's not an I-Pace, mate, you're a flipping nutter. Stick to comfort priority only. Mate, you got an XF on flipping Uber. The most unreliable thirsty diesel car on Uber. Will, you're mad. You're mad, mate. Wow. Shouldn't you wait? Are you in Liverpool? Shouldn't you be working in like Alpha or Delta or something? I drive an Aston Estate 1.7 diesel. So you see, so the thing is though, Jared, if you get like a really old cheap car, then you can swallow up the diesel costs, can't you? It's too bad. It's not too bad. But when you've got a high finance payments and an expensive car with diesel, that's when it's bad. Do you know what I mean? If you're driving around in a 1,200 quid Aston Estate, then it's not too bad, is it? Do you know what I mean? But if you're like 20 grand finance on a diesel car, running Uber is crazy. I haven't paid last year's tax even. Am I in big crap? Yes. At the moment, renting a car, which is just costing me a lot next month, I've got my own. Nice lad. That's your best bet. If you can, get your own car plated. You're not stuck with massive, massive running costs then. Ah, Will, that makes sense, mate. That makes sense. Work Uber around your own work makes sense, mate. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone's situation is completely different, isn't it? And that's a big difference. Nothing wrong with diesel. I have a superb estate. Mate, I love superbs. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to get at, if you work out your running costs for a superb estate diesel, it'll probably work out about probably 40p, 50p a mile, even more, 60p a mile. And that's diesel, wear and tear, tyres, running costs, servicing, plate, issues, everything spread over the mileage. You're probably talking about 60p a mile. So when you're working Uber at £1 a mile, it's not that cost effective, is it? When if you work locals at £1.80 a mile or whatever they are, that's where it makes more sense. That's all I'm getting about diesels and not where it's worth it. You got to look at the profit, not at the income. Do you know what I mean? Andrew Crosby Bubble last year in Birkdale, mate. It might not be the same person, surely. Do their license. I booked mine in next month. I missed it. Sorry, mate. You need to come over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick. It's hard for me to keep the comments, guys, on TikTok. There's too many comments. Have I come up to 12? Oh my God, guys, I've nearly hit my midday. I only want 2 hours, mate. I'm a busy man, you know what I mean? It's on the airport runs and you get a diesel, that's a bit different, mate. I am on about pure 100% Uber. You don't want to be running Uber on a pure 100% diesel. Who's everyone using for PH insurance? I use Acorn in Formby. And Insure, when I had a bus, was pretty good. And Zigo. They're probably the three biggest, like. Didn't you work New Year's Eve? I didn't. Can't be bothered with Uber anymore. No, mates, because I envisioned of picking up a drunk girl and abandoning her on Formby Bypass. So that's the reason why I never done it. How old can you have your car before you need to get a new one? Glasgow's 7 years, but now 10. So they've upped the years. That's pretty good. So Liverpool doesn't has a limit, but you go on a 6 month badge after 6 month plate after 8 years. So my 7 series is 13 years old, and I can only get a 6 month plate on it. So I've got to get the MOT every 6 months. Graham, hi mates, came onto Facebook so you can see me message. Brilliant, thanks mate. I'm gonna go with my mates now and see if I can find me dashcam footage of the woman on the bypass that I saw. Graham, if you can get that footage, mate, that'd be brilliant. Send it to me on my Facebook Messenger. That is flipping crazy that just happened. Looney Tunes, how did you get on the school contact thing? Like, which way I do go about it? So, Looney Tunes, you can actually apply for your school contact through the council that you work with, but you got to like bid on them and stuff like that. So, realistically, to get a school contract, you've got to reach out to companies that provide them. Do you know what I mean? Like certain companies and your local companies do school contracts. Do you know what I mean? So it depends um what company's got the contract, you get me? What's insurance cost on the mainland for a year? Having a free year and insurance for a Toyota Corolla hybrid is 2,300 quid. That's not bad, mate. I only do monthly. Mine's 173 quid a month for the 13-year-old 7 Series. But I've got like 6 years no claims, taxi no claims. But to be honest, I haven't shopped around for the 7 Series. I'm still on the Tesla policy, so I just switched the car out. So once the Tesla policy's up of Acorn, I'll then do some research and shop around to get a cheaper quote for the 7 Series. So what do you get for the school on average? It depends, Stark. Depends on how many pickups, how many kids. Do you have to pick up a PA? Depends on the mileage. It depends on which council is in. Is it in Knowsley? Is it in Sefton? Is it in Liverpool? Do you know what I mean? There's so many factors, mate. But normally, anywhere from like probably what, 30 quid to 60 quid a run, maybe. So if you're on 50 quid for the morning, 50 quid for the night, there's your 100 quid, innit? So it just depends on how big the school run is, mate. Andrew, the lad who said he didn't pay his own tax to HMRC, be aware HMRC can take it straight from your bank account after 2026 without your permission. Shut up, Andy. Mate, that sounds like a DM News contract, that lad. WhatsApp me any info on that, please, Andy. I didn't know they can do that, lad. Have you got evidence for that? Send me a link for us, please, Andy. So I'll do an article on it when I get off. That's mental, that. So if you're like, Jib the taxman, I'll pay him whenever. They can just go into your account, and if they see like they can just take it if you take whatever you got in your bank account, or they can take. Oh, that's mental, that. Jesus, Gareth, you're right, mate. Who's that lad? Bit of a random comment, Gareth. Innit? Who's that? Simon, I can't access me WhatsApp, mate. Can't access me WhatsApp, mate, while I'm on here. Zigo. Zigo, your bestie. I reckon for insurances, mate, you got Zigo, you've got Insure, and you've got Acorn, and a few others. Oh, Facebook. I'll have a look in a minute, mate, okay? All good, mate. He's been reported. PHV drivers for no reason. Oh, okay, Gareth. Come on, mate. Share the goss. There is about 70 people watching. So he's a taxi driver and he's reporting private hires for no reason. So have you been reported by him? Can you have medical cannabis and work for Uber? I'm not too sure, mate. Um, I'm not too sure. You'd have to. Uber's irrelevant because Uber doesn't have to know. You've got to speak to your council. So whoever you're licensed with, ask them. And if your license accepts it, Uber normally accepts it. With wolves, you probably can. Salam, mate. You all right, Don? How are we, kiddo? So this taxi driver's been reporting everyone after you. Lad, I'm going to end the stream soon, but I want to find out what Gareth's on about before I go. 3 minutes past 12. I'm flipping starving. But this live is working. Is everyone happy with the live? Shall I stick to the Monday and the Friday, 10 a.m. till about midday? And then I'm going to try and do it more often. But TikTokers, you're going to have to come over to the other streams. So don't miss your comments, guys. I know you want to stay in your own platform. But if you come to Twitch, Kick, Facebook, or YouTube, the comments come on my big screen that I can work through. I miss loads on TikTok and I think on Instagram as well if you're watching on Instagram. Nice, nice. Very thanks. Thank you. Thank you, big brother. Hurry up, Gareth. Get typing, lad. Want on me dinner. Flipping starving. Yeah, it's been a consistently good stream, this one, guys. So much appreciated for tuning in. Much appreciated for tuning in. And time for all the likes and stars and follows and all this. Got loads of stars, whatever the stars are. If you're watching this face now and you're not hit the follow or the subscribe button, I'll be very unhappy. Oh yeah, Gareth. We got the goss. I was parked 10 feet away from a taxi rank and I said I couldn't park on or near it. I wasn't on it, but he reported me. Stop it. KNBC. What's KNBC? Is that Knowsley? You know who's KNBC? Yeah, Knowsley, sorry. Yeah, so she reported you to Knowsley Council. So has Knowsley Council's got in touch with you, Gareth? If he's got no picture, mate, or he's got no evidence of you being on the rank, I wouldn't have anything to worry about, mate. Knowsley, yeah. I wouldn't have anything to worry about, mate, if he's got no evidence of you on the rank or a picture of it. Do you know what I mean? And also, you can park near it. As long as you're not in the rank, you can park near it, mate. So is this like a well-known taxi driver, Grass, is it? Time for the likes and follows, guys. Appreciate it. Andrew, they have to give you 30 days warning and have to leave at least 5k in the bank for household bills. So if you got 10 grand in your bank, they'll give you 30 days notice and they can take 5 grand out of it. But what happens if you just send 5 grand to your wife or something? You can't take any money out of it, then, can you? Bit of a stupid, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's like me, Andy, gonna go, Andy, I'm gonna come round to your house next Thursday. I'm gonna slap you. You're just not gonna be in the house next Thursday, are you? Like what? Like, you know what I mean? Hello. In 30 days, I'm going to shoot you on your driveway. Okay, I won't be on my driveway in 30 days. What a stupid thing. Matty, I've got a Hackney badge. So, I am dual badge, mate, so I've got both. How's work in Liverpool today? I haven't got a clue, matey. I've been here talking to you old fellas, girls and boys. No, you can't. Why can't I stay? Right, I need to end the stream, but I'm intrigued by this state. So I don't know if you know, guys. My accountants have just come and said to me that the HMRC, if you owe them any money, can just take out of your bank account. They can look how much is in it and take money from it. Looney Tunes, yeah, but wait till HMRC owe you money, and then you'll see how hard it is to get it back. But if you owe them £1, then it's the end of the world. Wow. Steve, it's a council, it's a straight no. Steve, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You talking about something else? Uber prices are going to be flipping awful, mate, in 2026. That's what I mean, Silver. Like, do you know what I mean? If, like, they look, you know what I mean? Soon my bank account it's over 5 grand, I'm just going to start throwing the change in my wife's or my kids or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. Gareth, on Facebook, mate, because you can't send messages on YouTube. Send me a message on Facebook, mate, or Instagram, or somewhere where you can send me a message. Andy, hurry up, lad. I'm bored. I want to go home. Oh, well, I want to go home. I want to go and have some dinner. Tell me, Andy. Type faster, lad. Yeah, it's cheap now, the taxis. Uber and that. Tag Gareth. Steve, you can drive a car in a medical cannabis, but the council don't allow it, and they'll just say you're unfit to drive passengers. Right? Whoever asked about the medical cannabis, so you can legally drive a car, but the council, well, as far as steers away, the council won't allow it. because you won't be fit to drive passengers. Right there. Andy, let me just get my WhatsApp up. Yes, HMRC can take money directly from your bank account if you owe unpaid taxes, but there are strict conditions and safeguards in place. Wow. So the HMRC has legal authority to recover unpaid taxes directly from individuals' bank accounts if they owe at least 1 grand in tax debts. This includes current accounts, savings accounts, and ISAs. Wow. You must owe a minimum of £1,000 in unpaid taxes or tax credit overpayments. That's interesting. HMRC must issue at least 4 separate demands for payments before taking action. Balance safeguard. After the deduction, HMRC must leave you with at least 5 grand to access across all your accounts. Also, this is over your own, all your accounts. If you ignore HMRC's payment demands, they can freeze your account and withdraw the owed amounts directly. Mate, Andy, wow. Everything seems to be going backwards. I've been sat here thinking we've had flying cars, but seriously won't ever revert back to cash only for everything. It's mad, isn't it, mate? Andy, thanks for that, mate. I'll do a news article on that. Oh, Knowsley is a state. Woogan on Twitch. Hey, man. Thanks for joining in. Give us a follow if you haven't already. Michael, keep your money in the house and only deposit what you need to pay out. Michael, it's a lot harder though for people, innit? If you don't do cash and stuff like that, you need money in the bank. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't really buy anything with cash these days, can you? You can't go and buy a car or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? So if you're dodging the tax man, then you throw 10 grand in your bank to buy a car. Are they just going to go, take that as soon as you recognise that there's 10 grand? That is mental, innit? But the new make tax digital rules, HMRC will review everyone's bank accounts. So if they suspect something dodgy, you will be pulled. So you can't just be transferring money. Well, I mean, I can't believe the HMRC can log into my internet banking and see how much I'm spending on OnlyFans. I'm joking. I don't spend any. But seriously though, that is a joke, isn't it? So the HMRC can access your bank details or your bank accounts. And if they see that I'm siphoning all my money off to my wife or to my kids or to the Cayman Islands or whatever, then they know that I'm dodging their tax and I can get pulled on it. That is mental, innit, guys? Listen, I'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. I might come on a little bit early, half 9, 10. TikTok, don't forget if you're watching me live, you gotta come over to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick. Give us a little follow on those platforms. Create an account on any of those platforms and come over and join me. Twitch or Kick or YouTube or Facebook. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks to all the likes and follows. Much appreciated. I'll catch you soon, yeah? See you Monday. Have a good weekend. Right, my beautiful people, I have just ended Twitch. Not Twitch, TikTok. I've just ended TikTok. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And I will catch you on Monday if you're going to join back. 10 a.m., half 9, might come on early. Monday morning because it's strike.